Hey there, it's me, Doofy, Doofy Doo, and this is my talk through of Shiren the Wanderer. Episode 4. When I last left you, I was about to get molested by a room full of angry monsters. Let's see if I can survive. Oh good. Skull Mage just sped me up, so these Death Reapers won't approach as quickly as they usually would. This is what you call a critical moment in a roguelike. 3 Death Reapers. If I don't do the right thing this turn, it could potentially lead to me starting the game over. I do have a switching staff. I think if I look at the map, I see an enemy off to the right. I'm gonna try and switch with them and maybe get away from these guys for a little while because they will kill me quickly and I have no healing items. Success! A lot of the Skull Mage spells are actually beneficial, especially on a large floor like this, so I'm going to intentionally walk into their line of sight and try to get that guy. On the other hand, is a game-ending explosion waiting to happen. I do not want to be close to it. Go ahead and weaken this guy. Teleport, thank you, sir. Remember when I cried when my Blast Wave scroll was rice-balled? This is why. But luckily, I saved a scroll of confusion. Most of the enemies are pretty close to me, so I'm going to confuse everybody right now. Confused enemies wander around randomly and attack whatever comes close, even if it's another monster. That means there's a danger they could level up, so I'm going to kill as many as I can before this wears off. It'd be awesome if they killed that spike bomb and it blew up and killed them all in a fire explosion. Kill a few with some arrows here. Looking pretty good. Oh no, a Hell Reaper. That's what I was afraid of. A Hell Reaper could probably one-hit me, so I don't want him to get close. Think I'm going to postpone him for later. And try to take out the rest of these guys before that happens again. And the confusion is over! Oh no, here's another critical moment. 3 Death Reapers. No healing items, they can probably kill me in 2 turns. I'm going to go ahead and postpone another one. Eat a little bit of damage. Eat in 10, so I can take 2 more of those. Don't have any more charges on the postpone staff, but I can throw it for the same effect. I might miss, but I'll go ahead and give it a shot. Success! Oh, and he missed. And now I actually have some breathing room. This guy still confused. Maybe the confused didn't wear off. Oh, but Death Reapers get 2 turns for my 1 turn. They probably come out of it a little more quickly. A Dragon Herb! Hey, where's little B when you need him? One nice thing about monster houses, they do have a lot of enemies and a lot of traps, but they have a lot of loot. So it's a good opportunity to get some nice items. I want to kill this guy before he gets too close. Nice try, dude. I was hoping it'd explode and kill the mage. I just had a horrible thought. What if the mage had used a knockback spell, knocked the spike bomb back into me? It would have detonated and put me down to 1 HP. I probably would have stepped on a wooden arrow trap and died a second later. So many hilarious ways to die in Shiren the Wanderer. Put away some rice balls so they don't go rotten. If you look on the map over to my left, you'll see the 3 enemies I postponed all huddled around the exit. Procrastination for the win. Pressable jar, that's good, that could be a Cairo. Generally, I like to kill postponed enemies as soon as possible before another enemy accidentally wakes them up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That Hell Reaper, I do not want to wake up, so I will introduce him to my friend, Mr. Dragon Herbert. Shazam! 130 experience. There's always a danger of stepping onto a pitfall trap and falling to another floor before you can collect any loot. That is the worst feeling. Another pickaxe. Hey, a jar holding. Very nice. This is a good chance to talk about some general roguelike philosophy. Let's say the rice changers had rice balled most of my stuff, including my scroll of confusion. and I got killed on this monster house. I had to start the game over. What's the usual RPG mindset when encountering that situation? You think, oh, I was too weak. My equipment was too weak. Next time I'm gonna grind a little, level up, get some powerful shield and sword, maybe a katana plus 15. That is the wrong way to play a roguelike, especially Shiren the Wanderer. Springtrap, you are hilarious. You have a lot of... Oh, another one. Oh, this floor. You have access to a wide variety of really powerful items, like this Herb of Sight that lets you see all the traps on the ground early on in the game, so it's really important to learn how to use the items and to use them, because there's always more items on the next floor. Your supply is always getting replenished. It's not even that important that you're at a really high level. As long as your level is roughly close to the floor you're on. You can see I'm level 10 on floor 8. I'm actually a little overpowered. I'm going to equip this hide shield, which makes you get hungry a lot more slowly. Even though it's a lot more weak than the iron shield, I've killed all the enemies on the floor. I'm probably not going to run into more than one at a time from this point on. When you are collecting loot on a big floor like this, it's important to watch out for ranged enemies, because some of them can hit you from all the way on the other side of the floor. And your arrows typically won't reach that far. This cowardly chubster in the corner is the thief of this game world. I don't know what the designers had against walruses, but they are dirty, rotten scoundrels in this game. This one already stole some gold, which I will take back from its deceased carcass. And this floor is done. I'll go ahead and put on my best shield before I move on, but not a bad haul, and we survive, which is the important part. Hopefully we won't fall immediately into another monster house, which sometimes happens. Nope, just a spike bomb. Spike bombs are extremely deadly if you have no healing items, so sometimes it's a good idea to just let them follow you around. I'm going to bring this one out into the open so I don't get snuck up on and see if I can kill it. No, I'm just going to leave it alone. Sometimes in Shiren, even if you can kill an enemy, it's a good idea just to let them be, paralyze them and walk away, because it's just too dangerous to actually try and kill them. That trap makes everything look like flowers and beautiful women. Hey, kindly old man. We sure do. Too bad I don't have a dragon herb for you. Wolverine, you're a sight for sore eyes. 3 pickaxes. I guarantee some point in another episode in this talk through I'm going to be looking for a pickaxe desperately, and I won't be able to find one. But now I have way too many, of course. Restorative herb. I'm going to go check on that jar that's pressable to see if it's a chiro which would heal me. Yep, chiropractic. So I don't need this herb. I'll increase my max health. Keep exploring. Hey, this is my favorite new enemy in the remake. This were-tiger that spends too much time in the gym. He introduces a lot of new strategy, especially to a large room. I usually call them the Roid Cat or Roid Kitty. An iron shield, I can use that as a spare. Don't really need these extra pickaxes. Although, like I say, I'm sure I'll be looking for some later on. I should probably hold on to them. Shijima is telling you some very useful information. If you are tempted to stay on a floor and just keep fighting the enemies to grind and level up, which I already said is the wrong way to play a roguelike, but if you do try to do that, after a certain number of turns, wind will come and actually blow you all the way back to the beginning of the game. There are a couple little warning gusts of wind before the final one, but it's a nice touch to keep you moving. Here we see this little bridge with some of the ropes cut. There's a bonus stage that opens up here later on. And bam, we're already to the 10th floor, more than a third of the way through the game. Whenever you come to a dead end, it's a good idea to check for secret passageways. None there. And a slowness trap. Already the traps are getting a little more deadly at this point. Hey little girl, why don't you follow me, a complete stranger? I'll take you to your family. Power-up scroll becomes very, very useful on a couple floors later on, so if you find any early, it's a good idea to hang on to them. I'll eat this antidote herb, generally the most useless herb. And... oh, I just hid in that jar. The girl got slapped and ran away crying. Little girl! Little girl! Oh, that wasn't dumb. Where are you, little girl? Yeah, I'm sorry, I kinda hid in that jar for no particular reason. I get shy around women, what can I say? Hey, there's the slapper. Cursed girl. Cursed my one pickaxe, of course. And a hidden eye, which does a lot of damage but has no defense. Take care of this guy. This is kind of what happens when I meet girls in real life. They slap me a couple times. Curse my junk with giant enemy crabs. There's no weak spot for those crabs, my friend. Oh no, cursed my arrows. Cursed items are unusable and you can't unequip them. So no arrows for me for a while. I don't want to waste my scroll of blessing yet. Just throw my cursed pickaxe at him for 2 damage. Hey, a katana. Don't touch my girl. A soldier and enemy can actually dig tunnels through the walls to get at you. Usually katana more powerful than a polearm, but this one not so much. My polearm +4 is 8. Katana is only 6. My usual strategy is to shoot an arrow to weaken cursed girls and then one-hit them, but I'm gonna have to throw my shield at this one. And now she's gonna slap the girl, possibly kill her. I'll slow her down. And then try to distract her down here. Good. And she's gone. Excellent. The girl doesn't have a lot of health and we gotta get her through a few floors before she reaches her parents. A rice ball. Excellent. Usually you find enough to keep you full. Wah! Scared me. Sometimes when there's a empty spot on the map like this, there's a secret passageway, but looks like there's none here. Well, this floor's done. Let's go ahead and get back to the stairs. Hopefully we don't run into anything too dangerous. A baby tank would be dangerous in a big room, but in these little rooms it really can't do that much. And we made it to the cavern in the cliff. 2 mystery enemies, some loot on the ground. It's a good time to quit. I'll see you next time on Shiren the Wanderer. Life is like an endless maze. Shiren the Wanderer. Walking through dungeons for days. Shiren the Wanderer. You might meet death reapers, or hooded creepers, or have an epic fail. Woohoo.
There's no weak spot for those crabs, my friend.